Good evening, guys. The main exam is approaching, and one thing that still keeps troubling people is data interpretation, DI problems. So, yes, some are actually very scared of it, some are okay at it, but I hardly find any students who would say that I'm great at data interpretation. If you are, that's wonderful. So, what do we do about it? So, it's you understand it's very critical for your success in the main exam, for scoring heavily in the quant section of the main exam. So, yes, you cannot manage without doing at least some part of it. And one thing that's like fairly recent in the bank exams is the emergence of those sets in DI that require some logic. So earlier it used to be simple problems, ratios, averages, all those things. Then it comes to those topic based DI things, and then this recent thing is use of some logic. Now it's good and it's bad. Why is it good? It's good if you're it's good in the sense that if you're not great at arithmetic, not great at calculations, you still can manage it. It's bad because you need to think a little, apply yourself a little, which not many people find very comfortable. So yes, if you can somehow make yourself a little better at it, and the first step would obviously be to feel comfortable with it, you can do better. So what is this session about? It's a small one. I'll do one problem, one DI set with 5 questions from Olive Board's free mock test. The idea is not to give the solution, right? I'll solve it for you in detail, step by step. The idea is to make you feel better about it. Fine. So I've picked up the toughest question from that paper. I'm not saying you'll do it in the exam, not do it in the exam. People could do it. Many people would have left it, I'm 100% sure. But the idea is to make sure that you believe that if you have time, and you do have time in the main exam, you can do such questions without breaking your head a lot. If you are confident about it, you need to first believe in your ability. I'll be able to do it, manage kar lunga, and then you would definitely be able to find the answers. So let me just first show you the question. Stay with me. Fine. It's very important that you understand the problem step by step. Look, at the end of the session, if you do not get that confidence that I could have done it had I applied myself a little, then it's of no use. That is the idea. Solution to diya rehta hai na har jagah par. So that is the idea. Stay with me, listen to each and every step, and then I'm 100% sure you'll grow in confidence. Let's look at the problem now. So guys, that's the data on your screen now. If you look at this, it's a lot of data. It's a lot of data in the sense that there's this paragraph, some notes, then this bar graph. It's about something, then these notes here, fine, on the left screen, then this table, and then it would be followed by 5 questions. So it looks intimidating, लगता है थोड़ा सा डर कि लंबा सा set है, and but it has 5 questions. So that's the good part about it. So you've got 45 minutes time with the main exam. If you can give it 15-20 minutes, can get 5 questions correct, it's not a bad deal. I'm talking about people who still struggle in DI, struggle to get into double digits and all, isn't it? So what do we do if we bump into a set like this and we believe that we need to do this? What do? We just start reading it carefully, patiently. Patience, that's a virtue here, right? So let's just have a look at it first. What is it about? Hai kya ye? Some persons are planning to book tickets on a bus on 6 different days from Monday to Saturday. Simple data, the fare of the tickets is flexible, which increases daily by 10 rupees. Fare of the bus on Monday was 250. What does that mean? Monday 250, Tuesday 260, Wednesday 270. It goes on like that. Till Saturday, wherein it would be 300 rupees. Simple data. Some persons book the tickets by paying the full amount, while some others lock their tickets by paying a partial amount, which they have to confirm the next day by paying the remaining amount. It's okay, I believe. So you can either book it completely or pay a partial amount, fine, and lock the ticket. Simple. Notes: book tickets cannot be cancelled later, while locked tickets can be cancelled the next day only. Simple data: book tickets, if you have paid the full amount, they cannot be cancelled, while if you have just paid the partial amount, they can be cancelled the next day, only the next day. So something booked on Monday can be cancelled only on Tuesday, not later. The fare of the ticket once locked did not change. For example, a person locked his ticket on Monday by paying 150. Later he can confirm his ticket by paying the remaining 100 on Tuesday. That sounds fair. So in many of these questions, you have to, rather than just mugging it up, just look at what sounds correct logically. Isn't it correct? So you locked your ticket on a particular day. The fare increases later. So you should be charged what? The locked fare. So it's consistent. So you'll not need to remember everything like that. You get the point? 60% of the total value of the ticket fare needs to be paid to lock the ticket, and only 60% of the locked amount will be refunded in case of cancellation. So here comes the rule, and I'll now explain it to you. What are the conditions like? Let's say the ticket costs, let me take an arbit number just to explain that to you quickly. Let's say the ticket costs 100 rupees. So that is the cost here. So you have got 2 options. You can either book it or you can lock it. So if you book it, you will pay how much? 100. Fine. If you lock it, you will pay 60% of 100. 60% for locking it. So how much would you pay? 60. Now if you have booked it, you cannot cancel it. It's done. You have to travel. Simple data. If you lock it, next day you've got two options. Fine. If you lock it, you've got two options next day. Next day, either you can pay the remaining 40. Which 40? 100. This 100 minus 60. 40 is left. 40 bacha hua hai. 40 you pay and you confirm it. Fine. So this is option number 1. And what is your second option? That you cancel it. When you cancel it, you are docked of some amount. Only 60% of the locked amount will be refunded. So 60% of 60 would be refunded. So 36 refund, or you can say that the rest would be the penalty. 40% of this 60 would be the penalty, or you can say that 24 would be the penalty. It is like that. Isn't it simple? Cost 100, two options, book it at 100, job done. Lock it at 60 and confirm the next day. Now this is for the next day. Fine. So this is, you can just say that this is day 1 and this is day 2. It's just a 2-day process. So if this is Monday, then this would be Tuesday. Next day you come, either you confirm by paying the remaining amount. Fine. Remaining amount of what? This 100 minus 60. 40 was left, you confirm it. It's done. Or you can ask for a refund. When you ask for a refund, you'll have to pay a penalty. Refund would just be 60% of this booking amount. It's given here, 60% of the locked amount will be refunded. So you get 60% of 60, which is 36. This is a confirmed ticket here, this one. And this is when you end up paying a penalty of 24 rupees on a ticket of 100. This is it. This is the complete process and nothing else. Let me just look at the rest of the data. The bar graph given below shows the percent increment, decrement in the total number of persons who are planning to book the tickets. Now, what is the definition? Booked plus logged from the previous day. It also shows the percent of cancelled tickets or the total locked tickets on the previous day. Both the data pieces are simple. What does that mean? So this is, say, about Tuesday. Fine. Tuesday, what does this blue bar say? Percent increment, decrement in the total number of persons who are planning to book the tickets, Say 100 people do this, book plus lock on Monday. Fine. If they do this on Monday, 100 people, what will happen on Tuesday? Can you see this? Now this is negative here, this is 25, minus 25, minus 20, minus 15, minus 10, minus 5, 0. So this is how much? Look at this bar. This is minus 20, means what? That Tuesday, this number will come down by 20%, it will become 80, like that. From Tuesday to Wednesday, it will go up by 50%, go up. Here, it is down. Here, this would be up. Simple data again. This is for booked plus logged, not only for booked. Just remember this terminology. Booked, booked completely. Logged, booked partially by paying 60%. Confirmed when you pay the remaining amount next day. Fine, this is confirmed. Here, look at this chart that I have drawn. And cancelled when you ask for a refund, a partial refund. These are the 4 things, just these 4 things. What is this orange one then? It is percent of the cancelled tickets out of the total locked tickets on the previous day. Total locked tickets on the previous day. So say, on this Monday, these are all arbit numbers. Say 50 have booked and 50 have logged. Let's just take an example. 50 have booked, arbit numbers, 50 have booked and 50 have logged. Now what would happen here on Tuesday? If it says, can you see this orange bar? Where is it going? This is at 30%. What does this mean? It says percent of the cancelled tickets out of the total locked tickets on the previous day. It means if 50 were locked the previous day on Monday, on Tuesday, 30% of them cancelled it. 30% of them cancelled it and 70% of them confirmed it. That's the meaning. On Wednesday, out of the total logged tickets on Tuesday, say this is this number. Fine. So how much is this? This is 40%. You can see this. This is 50. This is 25. This is 40%. What does that mean? Out of the total logged tickets on Tuesday, out of the total tickets logged on Tuesday, 40% of the people cancelled it on Wednesday and the rest must have confirmed it. That is what it shows. Again, not much in the data here. Let's look at this table. What does it show? Ratio of booked to logged tickets. Monday 3:2, 5:3. So what does that mean here? I have taken it 1:1 here just to show you. But otherwise, what does that mean? If there are 100 total booked plus logged, then booked are 60 and logged would be 20. Here, this is 5:1. What does that mean? If Wednesday, there are total 60 people who booked or logged, then 50 booked and 10 logged. Just the ratio. Again, not much data here. And let's look at this last part as well. What does this say? I think we left this statement. Confirmed tickets of a particular day are the tickets that are logged on the previous day and confirmed on the next day. What does that mean? So if I'm saying confirmed tickets on Friday, so which are those tickets? Which are booked on Friday? No. Which are logged on Friday? No.
What are the confirmed tickets on Friday? Friday confirmed tickets are those tickets that were logged on Thursday and now the person has paid the balance amount and confirmed them. You got the point? So that's the definition. And let's read this one as well. No one logged their tickets on Saturday, everyone booked. Fine, okay, because it's just a 6-day cycle, so that's the reason they have not left any threads open. Everyone just booked the tickets on Saturday. Nobody logged it. Fine. So since there is no Sunday, that's okay. Good. And the total number of cancelled tickets on Saturday that are logged on Friday is 9. We'll make use of this 9 here later. Below 0% shows the decrement. We already have seen that. This is simple. Revenue generated on any day. Total. Now this is important. Just look at this once and then we can go to the question straight away. It's very simple. Total fare of booked tickets on that day. Okay. This is simple. Total fare of tickets booked on that day. So I gave you this example, whatever you get by booking. This is one part. What's the second one? Part of total fare paid to log the ticket on that day. Simple. So this first one is for booking. Fine. The second one is for log. Look at this chart. This is for booking. This is for log, which is just 60% of the total ticket price, right? And the third one obviously would be the one that is used to confirm the ticket. Fine. So 3 ways. 1, this is booking is complete booking. 2, locking. Fine. The money that you make by locking the tickets that will be confirmed the next day. And 3, by confirming the tickets that have been logged one day before. 3 ways. It's all very, very commonsensical. Fine. Look at this chart once that I've drawn. You get it by booking, this first one. Fine. You get it by locking, by just taking 60%. And the third way of making money on any particular day, by confirming the tickets of the previous day. So this day, by confirming the tickets of the previous day. If this is one day, so there is nothing like that. But if it's Tuesday, so by booking, by locking, and by confirming the tickets booked on Monday. So this is the revenue. Again, nothing that you need to write here. You can just remember this is all logical. And the last statement, profit earned on any day, total revenue generated on that day minus refund given on log tickets on the previous day. Again, logical. Calling it profit, this is not exactly profit, but this is the terminology that they've used. So we are okay with it. So this revenue minus the refund. So what is the refund? You already know that. So if I'm talking about Tuesday, for example, just for example, on Tuesday, how much money would I make? Tuesday by booking, Tuesday by locking, Tuesday by confirmation of Monday tickets. Fine. So this is all revenue. Add the 3, they would give you the revenue. And how do you get the profit for Tuesday? Just subtract whatever is the refund on Tuesday. And what would be the refund on Tuesday? Refund on Tuesday would happen because some people who locked their tickets on Monday, that's one day before, would now cancel it. And you'll have to give them some money back. How much money back? You already know. So of the logged amount, you give them 60% back. So 40% you keep with you. Fine. So that 60% that you give back to them of the logged amount is the money that you need to subtract from the revenue, and that's how it happens. So it's a simple cycle. Some data here might take 5-7 minutes to comprehend, but nothing beyond that. Now the questions all are about revenue, profit and all. So what do I suggest in a question like this? Make a table first. So I am cleaning this space up for you and I'm showing you what you should make in a question like this, just to make sure that you do not require anything. The table would look like this. Look at this. What is this table? And I want you to complete this table now. Explained everything in detail, complete this table. What is this? This is day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, simple. Price 250, 260, 270. It was given over here. So just written over here so that there is no confusion. Now what is this? This is booked, number of booked tickets, number of locked tickets for every day. Confirmed tickets, now here it would be blank. Obviously, I'm just filling it for you because there is no Sunday here. There is no day that's given to us before that. So tickets that are booked here, they're done. Tickets logged here would either be confirmed, so it will move like this. Either would be confirmed or they would be cancelled. It would just go like that. Just for clarity, I'm explaining that to you. Right, it will go like this. So this is what is given to you. The data is all here. You just fill it up and the questions would be a cakewalk. There is absolutely nothing in the questions. You can just do it very quickly. I told you from where to start. This is the only number given to us here in this complete thing, this 9. Fine. This is where the clue is. You have got this table with you, this table, fine, this one. Use this, and then you can fill it up. Get started, pause the video, do this. If you can fill this table up on your own, that will be an achievement, and trust me, questions and nothing after that. Do it, give it some time, explain to you. Pause the video and restart when you believe that you've filled it up correctly. Get started, good luck, you will be able to do it. Can I just explain this to you then? I'm sure you got this, but if we just explain this to you, let me do that. Let's see How many of you got this? What is it about? I mean, what can you fill directly? Let's go to this number. This is the only number given to us, 9. What is it? No one locked their tickets on Saturday. Everyone booked. So this Saturday, can I say this would be 0? Fine. And the total number of the cancelled tickets on Saturday that are logged on Friday is 9. So logged on Friday here, this is logged on Friday. So these tickets would either be confirmed on Saturday or cancelled on Saturday. So what it's saying is that the total number of cancelled tickets on Saturday that are logged on Friday is 9. So this number is given to us as 9. How do you move from this 9? Now this 9 is the number of cancelled tickets on Saturday which are booked on Friday. Which bar or which piece of data would we use? Look at this bar graph, this orange bar. What is this orange bar? Percent of the cancelled tickets of the total, out of the total logged tickets on the previous day. Now this is the point here. This Saturday, look at Saturday, orange bar. Where is it? Can you see this? This is 60%. I'm just explaining the first one in detail. This is 60%. So what you know is that out of all the tickets logged on Friday, 60% have been cancelled on Saturday. This 60% is 9. Look at the 60% here. This 60% is 9. If 60% is 9, what is 100%? That is 15. You know that basic arithmetic. Fine. So if you're good at it, you can just do it very, very quickly. 60% of the total logged tickets on Friday are cancelled on Saturday. This number is given to us as 9, given here. Fine. Given here, I've written it here. So what does that mean? It means that the number of tickets logged on Friday was 15. Fine. What we can also fill here is 15 logged, cancelled 9. So how many must have been confirmed? This would be 15 minus 9 is equal to 6. Is it difficult? No, you can do it. What do we do now? We look at this table. If you look at this table, what is it? Ratio of booked to logged tickets. This is 3:1. So if one ticket is booked, one ticket is logged, 3 tickets are booked. So here, how many are logged? 15. 15 into 3 is 45. It means that booked tickets on Friday, complete booking must have been 45. Now tell me, does it look difficult? No, this is it. This is it. Just that. Now there are multiple ways that you can do it and just move forward from here. What do we do now? You know that the total, this number, Friday, 45 plus 15, this is 60. If we talk about this bar chart again, Saturday, this blue bar shows what? This is percent increment decrement in the total number of persons who planning to book the tickets from the previous day. Now this is how much? This is 25%. It means that over this booked plus logged tickets of Friday, how much is this? 45 plus 15, 60. Over this 60, there is an increment of 25% on Saturday. 45 plus 15 is 60. 60 plus 25% because it grows by 25% on Saturday is 75. Now there is no locked ticket, 0. It's known to us. It's given here in this piece of data. It means what? That this complete 75 must have been booked on Saturday. Hope you got this. We can continue doing this now because we have got this ratio here. This table 3:2, 5:3, and we have also got these increments. So let's just fill it up quickly. This is 60 now. Look at Friday. Friday it grew by, this is 100. I'm looking at this bar now. Friday, these booked plus logged grew by 100%. This is 45 plus 15, 60. 100% growth means for Thursday, this must have been 30. So Thursday, booked plus logged is 30. This is how much? 2:1. I'm talking about this one now. 2:1, 30, 2:1. It means 20 and 10. Simple. Again, come to this Thursday. Thursday, it dropped by 50%. Fine. So this is 30. After dropping by 50%, it became 30. So here, Wednesday, booked plus logged must have been, again, double of it, 60. Look at this one then, Wednesday, 5:1, 5:1 and 60. So how much does it become? 50 and 10. No problems here. So this is again 60. Come to this one. This is 60 and this is an increment of 50% on Tuesday. From Tuesday to Wednesday, it's an increment of 50%. So Wednesday it's 60, an increment of 50%. It means that on Tuesday it must have been 40. 40 plus 50% of 40 becomes 16, right? So this is 40 Tuesday. These two columns, sum of it. Look at the pointer. Tuesday, where is it? This is 5:3. 5:3 of 40. So how much does it become? It becomes 25 and 15. What did I do? Just divided 40 in the ratio of 5:3. Fine. Let's move one step back here and look at this one. How much is this? This is a decrement of 20% from Monday to Tuesday. So Tuesday, this is 25 plus 15, 40. So 40 and a decrement of 20%. So on Monday, this sum booked plus logged must have been 50. 50, you decrease 20%, it becomes 40, right? So this is 50. And what is this ratio here? 3:2. So 50 divided in the ratio of 3:2. So it becomes how much? 30 and 20. You got this complete table here. You got everything. And what do we need to do now? Just fill this up. This is now logged. Look at Monday, logged 20. So Monday, log 20. Tuesday, look at the cancellations, 30%. Look at this bar here. This is 30%. So 30% cancelled. 30% of 20 would be 6. So this becomes 6 cancelled. So how many would be confirmed? 14. Likewise, come here. Logged on Tuesday, 15. Fine. So Wednesday cancelled. How much is this? This is 40%. 40% cancelled of 15. This 15, 40% cancelled. So how many cancelled again? 6. So how many confirmed? Again would be 9. Come back here. This is Thursday again. How many cancelled? Thursday would be 20%. I am talking about this 20%. 20% cancelled. Look at this here. Wednesday, how many logged? 10. 20% cancels means 2 cancelled and 8 confirmed. And just one last one left. Look at Thursday. Thursday, how many cancelled? This is orange bar again. 50%. 50% means 50% of this 10 cancelled. Thursday logged 10. 50% cancelled means 50% confirmed. So this is 5 and this is 5. And we got absolutely everything here, the complete piece. And with this you can answer all the questions very quickly. Now you must have realized that once you've got this table, you've got all the data here. The only thing that we need to remember while using this table is, I do not need to go back to this bar graph, this table, this data and all, is that when somebody cancels the ticket, he gets 60% of the logged amount back. Just this piece and nothing else. This one, I'm underlining it. 60% of the total value of the ticket fare needs to be paid to log the ticket. You already know that. Fine. And only 60% of the logged amount will be refunded in case of cancellation. Just that. You just need to remember this. Rest everything is here in this table. So do we need to write anything? No. What I'm doing now is I'm showing you how this should look to you or how you should look at it. And I told you the idea is not to give the solution, but to tell you the methodology. So it is like that. I've just drawn it a little neatly for you here. Just this, it's the same thing. I mean, if you look at it, I just copied this table. Once you've got this table and you can remember that refund data, fine, 60% of the logged amount is refunded. You do not need anything else. Now this is the first question. I'll do all 5 questions here and I'll tell you, I'll try to make you believe that it's all doable. Let us do these 5 questions now. The data is in front of you. You know how to make this. It required no ugly, lengthy calculations. We can definitely do it, right? So this is the question, the first question in front of you. You do not need to refer to anything. The table is right here. The question is there. Find me the answer. We'll do all 5 and then finish the session. Get started. Let's discuss it. What does it say? What is the difference between the total amount refunded on cancelled tickets on Tuesday? Let's do this first. Cancelled tickets on Tuesday. Cancelled tickets on Tuesday. Tuesday, these 6 tickets are cancelled. They must have been logged on Monday. Fine. So these 6 are cancelled. It says amount through amount refunded on cancelled tickets. So these are 6 tickets cancelled. Fine. So this, we write this 6 here. What is the price on Monday? Fine. Price on Monday is 250. And this is 250. Now for booking, how much must the person have paid? Just 60%. 60% of 250. So what I'm doing is 60% is 3 by 5. I'll write this 3 by 5. Fine. But when you're making a refund, how much do you refund? 60% of 60%. So I'll write another 3 by 5. Just that. This is the number for me. Is it difficult? No, it seems pretty simple. Fine. So how much is this? This is 5, 5, 25. This is nothing but 10. This is how much? 3, 3, 9, 6. This is 540. So this is the refund. Fine. Let's do the other one. Total revenue generated from confirmed tickets on Friday. Where is Friday? Friday confirmed tickets is these 5 tickets. 5 tickets confirmed on Friday through confirmed tickets. This is important. Now these confirmed tickets must have been these Thursday price wala tickets. Fine. 280. So 280. So that's the, or I should rather say 5 is the first number. These are 5 tickets. And the price is 280. And how much money do you make on a ticket while confirming on the next day? So of this 280, 60% must have been paid upfront. How much is paid the next day? Just 40%. What is that? It's 2 by 5. Just this. This is cancelled. How much is this? This is 560. Does it have any calculation? No. These are your 2 numbers. So what is the difference? 540, 560. Difference is 20, which is your answer, which is option B. You cannot call it tough. Can you? No. Let's look at the next one. This is the next question. Again, pause the video, get all these 5 answers correct and you will grow so much in confidence. Get started, give me the answer. what does it say? What is the total profit amount earned on Tuesday? Where is this? This is Tuesday. Fine. This is Tuesday. Now total profit amount earned on Tuesday. What is total profit? You make money through booked. Fine. You make money through logged. You make money through confirmed. Fine. We'll add these three. Fine. These are sources of revenue. Adding these three, we get the revenue, and we subtract these cancelled tickets from here, and then you get the total profit amount earned on Tuesday. Let's do it one by one. So booked tickets. How many booked tickets? 25. Total payment 260. So what is this? This is 25 into 216. This is simple. Log tickets. 15. Price of 260. So 15 into 260 into how much money? Just 60%. 60% is 3 by 5. Would I do anything beyond that? No. Let's come to the confirmed tickets. 14 confirmed tickets. Let's write 14 first. 14. What is the price? Now this price is previous day's price, 250. We'll think about this. So 14 into 250, and how much would you get now? Just 40%, because this 250, 60% must have been taken upfront while the person was locking the ticket. So just 40%, 40% would be into 2 by 5. You got the total revenue. What goes out from you now? For these 6 cancelled tickets. So let's write this 6 as well. 6 into 250. Which 250? This is the price for Monday. Fine. Now, what is it? This is 60% of 60%. Again, that same thing. This is what you give back. What is this? 250 into 3 by 5. The amount person must have given on Monday to lock the ticket. Do you return the whole thing? No. You keep something for you. You just return 60% of it. What's this? So what is it? Add this and you subtract this. So this part here is your revenue, just for clarity, and this is the refund. Calculate everything and you can get the answer. This is how much this first one, 26, 26, this is like 6,500. Fine. This is 3, 9, 26, 2600 minus 260, this is 2340. And how much is this? 5, this is 50, 50 into 200, 100, 1400. Much. Cancel this. We did it last time as well, the same calculation in the last question. This is how much? 540. Fine. So what is it? Net of it. So 540 subtract from 2340, 1800, 18, 14, 32, 32 plus 65, 97. This is 9700. This is what you get, which is which option? Option E becomes your answer. I'm sure you've grown in confidence after that. If you got these two correct, I'm sure you're going to get all 5. Guys, this is, this is so much about confidence. Trust me, this is so much about confidence, about believing that you can handle these questions. And you've got time. It's not about prelims, no? Hardly any time to think about it, apply yourself. You have got time. 5 questions means 8, 9 marks or even 10 marks. I don't know. Depends on the distribution of marks. Solid marks. People struggle to get these many. 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the max. I took some time explaining, but when you look at it again after the explanation, you realize you could have done this. कर सकते थे, समझाने में ज़्यादा time लगता है ना. Just look at this. Let me show you the next one. So this is the third question, guys. I'm sure you can get this. It's in fact easier than the last 2. Give me the answer. What does it say? What is the ratio of total revenue collected from logged seats on Monday to that on Thursday? It is definitely simpler. Monday, fine. So Monday price is 250, logged are 20. Thursday price is 280, logged are 10. Now, when they ask about ratios, the good thing is we can just omit all those 60%, 60%, all those things. They would cancel, right? So what are we talking about? 250 into 20 divided by 280 upon 10. Just that. Just that. Into 10. What is this? Cancels. This is 2. This is 2. 14. What is it? This is 25 is to 14. Which is option C. Is there any calculation? No, absolutely not. Those of you are wondering why did I not take 60%? Even if I had multiplied this with 3 by 5, I would do that 3 by 5 here, both in numerator and denominator. Why would I use it then? In fact, in an exam, I would not even write this thing. I'll just look at it from the table. 250, 20, 10. Can we not look at this? I'm just showing it to you. This table is in front of you. When you look at this, you straight away know that this is 2. This cancels. And 0, 0, it gone. So 25, 14. You can just see it from here. You would not write things unnecessarily. Fine. But yes, be careful. Do not make a silly mistake. Let me show you the next question. This is the next one. Pause the video, give me the answer. Now this one, it says what is the total revenue generated on Friday. Again, not much of a problem. This is Friday, it is 290. So 3 components again, 45 into 290. This is the first component. So how much would this be? This would be, you can think of this as 300. Fine. So this becomes 13,500 minus 450. So 13050. The first one. Then through the locked tickets, 15 locked. So 15 into 290 into locked tickets, you just get 60%. So that is 3 by 5. How much? 9 into 290. So this would be how much? This would be 2900 minus 290. So that becomes 2610, right? And the third one would be by confirmation of Thursday's tickets. So rate is 280. So 280, and this would be 5 tickets confirmed Thursday tickets. So 5 into 280. And how much do you get now? Just 40%. 60% must have been paid on Thursday into 2 by 5. This cancels 280 into 2. This is 560. Just add the 3. How much is this? 13, 2. This would become how much? 16,000, and then 100, 200, 16, 220. Where is it? 16. Option A, which becomes your answer. In fact, I'm not using options here. By looking at it, you could straight away said option A is the answer, because these calculations so simple, you actually do not need to do anything else. Let's look at the last question as well. And this is the last question, and trust me, this is the easiest. Pause the video, give me the correct answer, and you'll definitely feel good about it. Get started. What is it? It says total confirmed tickets on all the 6 days together is what percent of the total cancelled tickets on those 6 days together. Now we know that on Monday there is no question of any confirmation or cancellation, because the data is not given for a day prior to that. So you can just ignore that. Confirmed, cancelled, you just need to sum it up. How much is this? Confirmed 14, 9, 23, 31, 36, and this is 42. Fine. So confirmed is 42, cancelled 6, 6, 12, 14, and this becomes 19 and 28. This is 28. What is it? Confirmed is what percent of cancelled? Confirmed is 42 is what percent of 28? 42 upon 28, or you can say this is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 into 100%. This is 150%. Option B, the easiest of them all. So at times it happens that you find a tougher question in the beginning and the next ones get easier, so it all happens. But all in all these 5 questions were pretty doable once you get that table. Which table? This table right here in front of you. You could have done it, isn't it? It's a mains question, 5 questions. Fine, carries a lot of marks. कर सकते थे ना? Ask yourself. In fact, you would say, sir, देख के आसान लगता है, आप करते हो आसान लगता है, and all those things. Yes, I do understand. Just do one thing for me, and you must have understood it. Now just try doing this once on your own. एक बार खुद से करके देखो. This is an important set because last year in the main exam you got sets like that. I think there's a question on sales returns and all, which was a direct rip-off from a CAT question. Fine. So these kind of questions do come, and they're not tough. Trust me, they're not tough. They're easier than all those heavily calculation intensive questions. They are bad. This is not bad. Once you get comfortable, you will be able to do it. You just need to be patient, read them carefully, and apply yourself without panicking. Now, you need to trust your ability. When you need to trust your intellect. अपनी क्षमता पे यकीन रखो, अपनी बुद्धि पे यकीन रखो, कर पाओगे. इतना मुश्किल नहीं है, हो जाएगा. 60 में 60 लाने, need to get 60 out of 60 in the main exam in this section? No. If you get it, wonderful, I'll be proud of you, but you don't have to. How much do you have to get? Looking at the current patterns of the paper, 20-25 is a good score, 30 is a very good score, 35-40 is an excellent score. If you get 10 in this straight away, it makes your job easier. And trust me, this was one of the toughest questions in the paper. उतना मुश्किल नहीं था, फिर भी बाहर आके तो मुश्किल लगता है. I mean, जब पेपर नहीं मिलता स्पेशली, you tend to panic, but ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन आए. I'll call it a very good set in the sense that at times when they try to make tougher sets, they end up making sets with a lot of calculations, and I believe that not all the questions are like that in the actual exam. Unfortunately, you will not get the paper. Fine. But this is the trend now. They are going logical. Fine. They want to check your ability to think on your feet. आप एकदम से कुछ नया देख के सोच पाते हो कि नहीं पाते.
तो एक्सपोजर इज गुड बट ट्रस्ट योर एबिलिटी, कुछ भी आएगा मैं हैंडल कर लूँगा बिकॉज आई हैव solved enough questions. So use test series, look at the variety of questions, make yourself comfortable dealing with new data sets and you'll do good. बढ़िया करोगे, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. कुछ और ऐसा सेट हो, there's something else that you want me to discuss, कुछ specific कर लेना. I'm just looking at the papers. If I find anything like that, I'll discuss that with you. एक और सेशन करना है मेरे को. I'll talk about the mocks. When not many days left for the exam, I'll talk about how to utilize the विल डू इट सून. तब तक मेहनत करते रहो यार, सब बढ़िया होगा, टेंशन मत लो. नॉट ओवर थिंक, डू नॉट ओवर थिंक, बिलीव इन योर एबिलिटी. आई कीप रिपीटिंग, दिस इज एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. आप रेस में हो, इफ़ यू क्लियर्ड प्रीलिम्स यू आर इन द रेस. एंड इफ़ योर प्रीलिम्स गॉन वेल, रिजल्ट नहीं आया अभी तक, फाइन, तब भी आपका चांस है. फाइन, तो मत छोड़ो इसको. वी हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु थॉट प्रीलिम्स क्लियर नहीं होगा, हो जाता है, देखा है ना आपने. फाइन है, करते रहो, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टाइम है, वापस नहीं आने वाला है. फाइन, सो मेक द बेस्ट यूज़ ऑफ इट. विश्वास रखो अपने आप पे, मेहनत करते रहो, फल मिलना निश्चित है, सुनिश्चित है. ऐसा नहीं होगा रिजल्ट नहीं मिलेगा, मिलेगा डेफिनेटली. चलो करो बढ़िया से फिर.